We are watching some clouds starting to build in the hill country. There's a chance for some storms later this afternoon. We're going to have the latest on that forecast for you coming up here in just a couple minutes. Actually, we're going to do it right now. Let's take a look at what we have going on. Some clear skies here over San Antonio. But yes, there are some clouds building off to the north and west. And that's what we're going to be watching. So that's the good news, right? We're going to have extreme heat again today, but there is a chance for some cooling showers and storms as we get into this afternoon and this evening. 92 right now. Dew point is at 76. Heat index already at 104. So we're getting up there already, and it's just noontime. 107 is what it feels like in Boulevardy. 112 Bandera, 111 in Kerrville. So these numbers are already starting to jump into that territory where we were yesterday. Record high heat indices, and I think we're going to be right back there again this afternoon. So let's talk about the good news, the rain chances. By 5 o'clock, we bump it up to 20%. By 7, 8, 9 o'clock, we're going to put in a 40% chance of rain. We've got to watch for a couple strong storms, though. Hail and gusty winds will be our main threats. We're going to talk all about the rain chances and if this heat will subside just a little bit. That forecast coming up in just a couple minutes, guys.
Thank you, Justin.
Historic day downtown. Today marks the start of a new city council.
2 new council members for District 1 and 7 sworn in this morning. City Hall reporter Garrett Berger there for a changing of the guard.
District 1 Councilwoman Sook Kaur and District 7 Councilwoman Marina Alderete Gavito both just took the dais for the first time after being sworn in just within the past hour. That happening after council it confirmed the results of the June 10th runoff election. Now, the 2 freshman councilwomen were the final ones to be sworn in and seated for this council term, which will run until June 2025. Both of them have listed infrastructure and safety issues as priorities for their first terms. Their predecessors, Mario Bravo in D1 and Rosie Castro in D7, had a chance to say goodbyes from the dais as well. Bravo was the only incumbent to be unseated in this election and got visibly emotional during his remarks. Rosie Castro, an activist and mother of 2 of the city's best-known political figures, Julian and Joaquin Castro, has only been on council a few months. She was appointed in early March to fill the seat left by Ana Sandoval and did not run for a full term. Now, council members will be back here in council chambers at 6 p.m. for the full inauguration ceremony. You can actually see the setup going on behind me right now, and that will be the full ceremony. But the real business starts tomorrow during the regularly scheduled council meeting. Live at council chambers, I'm Garrett Berger, KSAT12 News.
Thank you, Garrett. Spurs fans counting the minutes until tomorrow evening when the home team may strike it rich with a twist of fate. The top pick in the NBA draft is a Spurs decision, and barring anything that is too crazy out of this world, they're to choose the top player in the world at the moment.
7'5" Victor Wembanyama is considered the best player available since LeBron James. ABC's Robin Roberts sat down with the phenom from France. We know what he's like on the court, but Robin and Victor gave us a little insight into who this basketball sensation is off the court.
When the Spurs select a Victor Wembanyama with their first pick tomorrow night, not only will it change a franchise, it will also be a dramatic change for Victor and his family when his name is called as the #1 pick in the 2023 NBA Draft.
So high on emotions. It's really special for me and my family. Our life is going to change from one day to another.
That change will start as soon as he's drafted and moves to San Antonio. Spur fans can't wait to welcome him with open arms. You're going to need some long arms to reach him, though, at 7'5". He's also kind of skinny, and there has been talk about him bulking up to handle the rigors of an NBA season.
And so when someone says bulk up.
Why? What for? You should tell others to skinny up.
He might be so skinny because he worked so hard at his game. That is one thing the Spurs organization and Spurs fans will love about this 19-year-old. Some may doubt it, but
they could think that because they don't know my work ethic. I know how I work, how we work with my surroundings, my environment. You know, I could never have any doubt.
Not hard to see this 19-year-old already has his feet firmly planted. This is one thing he and his trainers continue to work on, keeping those feet on the floor and healthy, another key to his early success.
Having your feet actually connected to the ground is really important as a basketball player because it gets the feet stronger. If your feet are strong, you can then get better on every other aspect of your body.
I like your confidence. The night of the draft, what's going to be going through your mind?
Just listening to him talk, you can get a feel for his maturity and humility, although he says he can't be humble all the time.
I think the most important is to not step on the court being too humble. You got to be humble enough to be able to respect the game. But if you step on the court too humble and scared, you can't do anything.
A lot of us wish we could skinny up. Once again, you can see the draft live right here on KSAT12 tomorrow night starting at 7, and that's when the new era begins.
Developing right now, a San Antonio Amber Alert is over with the discovery of a child in the hospital and the arrest of these two women who apparently knew the little girl. This is 21-year-old Naya O'Donnell and 34-year-old Nikki Garcia, the two women facing charges of kidnapping the 7-year-old child on Monday. The Amber Alert was discontinued Tuesday morning after the child was found at a local hospital in Stone Oak. SAPD Special Victims Unit still investigating the incident.
San Antonio police investigating after a man was shot outside a Southwest Side home. Police say it happened before 9 last night in the 1000 block of Flanders Avenue, not far from I-35. According to police, the man was standing at the end of a driveway when a gray sedan drove by, fired multiple rounds. The man, who is in his late teens or early 20s, was hit in the head and is now in critical condition. No arrests have been made and a motive to the shooting is not known.
Police are also investigating an altercation that turned into a shooting on the city's south side. According to police, a 49-year-old man taken to the hospital after he got in a fight with his 19-year-old nephew. Police say the teen shot the uncle in the foot, then ran off. He was later found and arrested. The uncle is expected to recover. No charges have been released regarding that teen.
Vehicles made for land and sea can't withstand a destructive run-in with fire this morning.
It happened at a storage facility on Grissom Road near Bandera that housed boats and RVs. Katrina Webb reports the building was a virtual powder keg, but firefighters had the upper hand because of their location.
Fire crews from far and near arrived to help those in Leon Valley after fire broke out practically in their own backyard shortly after 4 this morning.
As the guys left the station, which is right behind it, it was obvious they saw that there was a significant fire at this location.
That location was the Leon Valley Storage Annex near Grissom and Bandera Roads, a business where boat and RV owners and others store their property.
Crews arrived to find approximately 4 storage bays fully consumed by fire.
The flames were spreading quickly, forcing fire crews to waste no time. But fighting a fire like this required extra care. Within about 20 minutes, though, they had it knocked down without anyone being injured.
Firefighters say there definitely was a potential for things to be much worse here. They say in addition to all these vehicles that they had stored here, they also had to worry about things like propane tanks.
Gasoline tanks, diesel tanks, generators. Some people have welders and welder trailers set up here. There's so many different hazards and self-storage places. You have no idea what type of fire you're going to fight.
Also unknown was how the fire started. Investigators had to wait for things to cool down before they could go in and look for the cause. Katrina Weber, KSAT12 News.
Next, what the San Antonio Fire Department is doing to keep their crews safe during extreme heat in fires like that.
Plus, what one local summer camp is doing to help students grow their confidence and learn new skills in music.
This summer, local children and teens developing their musical skills while creating memories.
Tiffany Huerta shows us how the summer education program is helping the youth improve their confidence and learn new skills.
What I like about this program is that it's immersive and it helps students, and it's also really fun.
There are many things 11-year-old Charlie Peavy enjoys about this summer program.
And you get to play music that you might have never heard before, and it's also skill building.
Charlie is passionate about playing the violin and is building her skills at the Classical Music Institute's summer education program. Students ages 8 to 18 years old are learning how to play different instruments and sing at Edgewood Fine Arts Academy.
About 80 students participated in this summer program, and these students are getting ready to perform on Friday.
Music is great for building community and just making friends, and also building your confidence and being able to get up there on stage and perform something that you've been working so hard on.
Charlie and her class are putting the final touches on their performance.
Whatever emotion the music is trying to give, I feel that also.
Tiffany Huertas, KSAT12 News.
And this event is free. And it happens on Friday, and the entire community is invited.
Well, taking a look outside with live cam. Yeah, we're just about exactly where we were yesterday, and we ended up reaching a record. So I think we're going there again, Justin.
Happy summer solstice, everyone.
We're proving it.
Yeah, we may not set a record high temperature today because the record's a little bit higher, but regardless, a lot of heat out there, and the heat index is going to be right back where it was yesterday, which was in record territory. The aquifer is down a foot again today, 638 even, not good there. And your pollen count, molds, and pigweed are low. We're going to look at our rain chances this evening, talk about the severe weather threat, and we'll check in on the tropics too, coming up.
If you have been outside, you've probably felt it. The extreme heat wave, intense, and it's also dangerous for everyone, but that's especially true for firefighters.
Fire stations changing things up to fight the heat as they try to save lives at the same time. The fire department has 3 weather-related levels. There's 0, 1, and 2. Joe Arrington says this heat wave has prompted level 2 warnings, meaning being outside only if there's an emergency.
When you're working grass fires, when you're on the highway, on the concrete, working automobile accidents, when you're dealing with medical calls, you're outside for an extended period of time, that's when it really weighs in.
Fire stations are scheduling extra crews so they can rotate firefighters in and out more quickly. And on top of the heat from the sun, firefighters also get heat from the gear that they're wearing. It can weigh anywhere from 65 to 70 pounds. And because it's made of insulation to insulate them from the heat and flames, it also works kind of like an oven.
ERCOT meeting yesterday to discuss the extreme heat wave we are seeing right now. The meeting happening after the company announcing a voluntary conservation notice for our state. Weather watches will likely come up again this summer, but CEO Pablo Vega says these notices do not indicate that the grid is having reliability issues.
But it's kind of like when you're listening to the weather and they say, hey, stay tuned, there could be severe weather in the future. Stay tuned for more information. That's what we're doing with the weather watches.
ERCOT also discussing changes stemming from the 88th legislative session, one of the largest being House Bill 1500 called the Sunset Bill. It allows ERCOT to continue operating, but establishes a firming requirement, a new ancillary service, multiple cost caps, and abolishes the Renewable Energy Credit Program.
And so the heat goes on, and it's the summer solstice, which I'm not quite sure what that means, except
it means we're leaning into the heat even more.
Okay,
right?
so
Yes.
we're
yes, right into the sun.
We can officially say it's summer,
Oh,
It's
okay.
felt like it for a long
Like yesterday wasn't official?
We were pretty sure it was summer yesterday and the day before.
Yes, and there's no doubt why, and there's no doubt why ERCOT was a little nervous, I'm sure, yesterday. You look at the records across the state. There was a lot of them. This is just one list I came up with. There were more records than this. But we had a record high here in San Antonio, 105. Record high heat index here of 117. An all-time record high in Del Rio of 112. An all-time record high in Laredo, 115. An all-time record high in San Angelo, 114. And a record heat index in Kingsville of 127. That Kingsville is just west of Corpus Christi. They're just south and west. So, man, these are big numbers. And I think we're going to be in this range again today. Just give you a heads up. We're going to probably be right back into the low 100s with heat indices up above 110. Right now we're at 92. Heat index is at 104. Dew point is at 76 and unrelenting. Those dew points and the moisture just don't want to go away. 111, the current feels like number in Comfort. 111 in Kerrville, 113 Bandera, 106 Canyon Lake, 101 in Seguin. Everyone at this point with the heat index again above 100. And the forecast heat index today, 113, 114, maybe 115 here in San Antonio. These numbers are going to be huge again this afternoon. Even places like Kennedy could be going up above 115. Just huge numbers. And so, as you might imagine, as we've been reporting every day, it is a CPS Energy yellow day. You want to conserve energy between 3 and 8 o'clock. Sounds like the grid is okay, but we all got to do our part here. If you can just do a few extra things to conserve, that works out well. All right, our futurecast. What about some relief here in the form of rain or cloud cover? Could that happen? And the short answer is yes. We do have some rain chances. What we'll be watching is what develops up here around Junction and Rock Springs, north of us this evening. I think that's where we initially get some storms to pop up. They'll make a run at San Antonio. This is by 10 p.m. Shows some showers and storms around. Then overnight, there could be a cluster of storms that works south. The question is, what path does that cluster take? Right now, it looks like it makes its way east of San Antonio, so we would miss out on the bulk of the rainfall. But stay tuned because a lot of these computer models don't handle these kind of patterns very well. It's going to depend on what develops to our north upstream. So the risk for severe weather today, and this just got updated, by the way, it's isolated for us, scattered for Austin up to San Angelo, but north of that, now they have an enhanced risk for Abilene, Wichita Falls. And so again, this is kind of the area we'll watch to see if some storms can slip down towards our neck of the woods by overnight tonight into early tomorrow morning. I'd say if we're going to see any severe weather, it's going to be hail and gusty winds, main threats, as it often is. But with that cluster of storms coming through, there could be some spots that get some decent rainfall. We'll certainly keep you posted if that is what unfolds. We're noticing some clouds starting to develop up there near Dallas, but still cloud-free for most of South Texas. A few showers in the Big Bend region. You see some storms up here around Oklahoma City, all of which put down boundaries and may help to create more rain. So 40% chance this evening, 30% chance tomorrow evening, and then once we get into Friday, the high pressure really starts to build back in and the temperatures start to ramp up again. 103 Sunday, 103 Monday, 104 by Tuesday.
Okay, hang on a minute.
Okay.
The 99 is back.
It's back. Brought it back for tomorrow. I think because we'll get some extra clouds. Keep us down just a little bit.
Okay, a little gift from Justin.
Yeah.
The mission's trying to keep their mission on track. We've got that for you coming up. And at 7'5", Victor Wembanyama is daunting presence on the pitching mound. Just needs to work on his control just a little.
All right, guys, here we go. 7-4.
Oh, boy.
Let's see.
No.
Wemby tossing out the first pitch at the Yankees game last night. Guess since the Knicks are not going to get him, Yankee fans took a moment, and actually you could barely hear it, but there were some boos. It's New York. Several websites posting that. In the words of Bob Uecker, it was just a bit outside. The MLB Network joked that maybe he should stick to basketball. Well, really? Duh. Thanks, guys, for that. As you can see, Victor Wembanyama is making the rounds in the Big Apple before the NBA draft coming up tomorrow night in Brooklyn. The French star, likely Spurs top pick, Yankee Stadium to throw out that first pitch of the Yankees-Mariners game, and posted this photo of him holding a baseball in his Instagram account. It looks like a golf ball in his hands. Look how big those hands are. He covered the whole baseball. Man, he also
0-1. Fontenelle flares it behind short into center, and it drops down. Nunez scores.
Proverbial must-win situation in the College World Series yesterday, facing the Oral Roberts Golden Eagles for the second time in just 5 days. The Horned Frogs led early, never looked back, 4-0 in the fifth inning, and 2-on, and that was San Antonio's own Clark High School alum Anthony Silva. He had that single to left field. 2 runs came in. That put the lead up to 6-0. They win it 6-1. Horned Frogs will now play today at 1 o'clock. San Antonio time to face number 2 Florida. And congratulations to Mission's outfielder Terso Ornelas. He was named the Texas League Player of the Week by Major League Baseball last week against Amarillo. He batted .520, 4 home runs, and hit 3 doubles. He also drove in 14 runs, scored 9 times. The second Missions player to win a weekly award from Major League Baseball this season. Unfortunately, didn't come out the way they liked. They ended up losing to the Rockhounds 7-4.
In the next half hour, I-95 in Philadelphia had collapsed 2 weeks ago And part of it is now ready to reopen. How the state was able to get it finished sooner than expected.
And here we go, SA Live. Oh, we're doing some dancing today.
Are we line dancing?
Is that line dancing? Can't hear the music. I hope that's country music, probably.
Oh,
that's
no.
what I'm hoping. Little scene. Ooh, it's a different country kind of move.
And those are jazz hands.
I don't know what that was.
Summer officially beginning today, according to our meteorologist.
Yep.
And our state, yes, it is seeing a record heat wave.
Experts predict much of the country is in for a hot season. According to the National Weather Service, several Texas cities have new heat records from this week. Justin pointed that out a few minutes ago, including here in San Antonio. Officials are worried about a record-setting strain on the power grid.
Voluntary conservation is a very widely used industry tool that can help lower demand for specific periods of time.
Yeah, and the rest of the country isn't off the hook either. Officials predict above average temperatures in most states this summer.
So I have to admit that I like it cold at night when I'm sleeping. And I have to also admit that my air conditioner could not keep up last night. I think the house just got that warm.
I don't want to see your bill, Ursula.
I know.
Everyone's bill is going to be up this summer, just the way things are going. But it is the first official day of summer. We hit the summer solstice this morning right around 10 o'clock. Of course, it's the tilt of the Earth as the northern hemisphere tilts closer to the sun. We have our longest day of the year today, and of course, hot temperatures ahead as we move into summer. And this is a good remedy. Find a pool. This guy did. Keeping cool. I don't blame you. Looks pretty comfortable there. Looks like there's even some shade. Love that. That's what you got to find these days. This is the current heat index, 104 here in San Antonio. These numbers are climbing very quickly. Bandera feels like 116 right now, 101 in Seguin, 106 in New Braunfels. Huge numbers. Could we get any relief from some rain tonight? Possible. It's not a guarantee, but about a 40% chance of rain. And say once we get past dinner time, we'll watch for storms that develop to our north and work their way in our direction. More on this forecast in just a bit. Now we'll toss it over to Stephen.
All right, drivers, you may not love it, but there is plenty of road work taking place in and around the Alamo City. So as a quick reminder, remember this. It's all to improve our roadways and make your commute a little bit easier. So let's go ahead and get started about what's happening here along US 90 on the far west side of Bexar County. Guardrail repairs. This does begin Wednesday, June 21st, and hopefully will wrap pretty early at 5 o'clock in the morning. It's overnight, 8:30 in the evening to 5 o'clock, as I mentioned. Single eastbound lane closures from I-35 to Loop 410, and this should hopefully wrap on Friday, June 23rd. Do have to take a jump over here to I-10 over on the east side of San Antonio, where we will see bridge work that begins Thursday night. This should wrap pretty quickly at 5 o'clock in the morning. We'll see a full closure of the I-10 westbound main lanes at Loop 410. All right, one more jump here to I-10 in Kendall County. Rail and painting repairs. This started on Monday and should wrap Friday, June 23rd, but this begins during a pretty busy hour, 9 o'clock in the morning to 3 in the afternoon. Alternating lane closures on the frontage road in both directions from State Highway 46 to US 87. Now, I know this is a lot of information for some of you, so scan this QR code. It's all important information. That takes you directly to our KSAT traffic page. We want you to utilize that QR code because it gets you in the know before you go, because all the road work is pretty much going to be taking place throughout the month of June, so know what to expect ahead of time.
Making headlines, I-95 in Philadelphia is going to be moving again this weekend. The portion of the highway that crumbled 2 weeks ago after a gas tanker crash exploding into flames. These repairs projected to take months, but now officials say temporary lanes are going to open this weekend. One major factor, crews used recycled glass nuggets to fill in the area, allowing them to avoid supply chain delays involved in using other types of materials.
Glass aggregate is not new. It's been used in Pennsylvania for 7 or 8 years. It's safe, it's sound, it's ready to go to work.
Driving on glass. Okay. This time-lapse video shows the void created after the overpass collapse. That gap now nearly filled. The estimated cost, $25 to $30 million. Once traffic is moving again this weekend, a new timeline is going to begin for rebuilding a permanent structure.
Now to the latest on the missing submersible that disappeared Sunday in the Atlantic Ocean with 5 people on board who were heading to see the wreckage of the Titanic. Overnight, investigators saying underwater noises were heard in the search area. ABC's Rena Roy has the latest for us.
Officials estimate there's less than 24 hours of oxygen left in a missing submersible with 5 people on board. The search is intensifying, rescue crews desperate to find the vessel. Overnight, the U.S. Coast Guard confirming a Canadian aircraft detected underwater noises Tuesday morning in the search area. But still no sign of the vessel. The Coast Guard's 1st District commander speaking to CBS.
So there is a lot of metal and different objects in the water around this site. We've engaged experts from the Navy that can classify or give us better information about what the source of that noise may be.
The U.S., Canada, and France joining forces to scour more than 10,000 miles of ocean. The Titan vessel, operated by OceanGate Expeditions, disappeared an hour and 45 minutes into its journey Sunday morning to see the Titanic shipwreck. These are some of the last images taken before they entered the water.
Our crews are working around the clock to ensure that we are doing everything possible to locate the Titan.
All 5 people inside the sub now identified. British explorer and billionaire Hamish Harding, Pakistani businessman Shahzada Dawood, and his 19-year-old son Suleiman, world-renowned Titanic researcher and diver P.H. Narjuleh, and the CEO of OceanGate, Stockton Rush, who gave ABC affiliate Como a look inside the Titan as it was being built in 2018.
A team of 5 will squeeze into Titan for each dive and view the wreckage on these monitors. To fly the vessel, the pilot uses a PlayStation controller.
Now growing questions around safety features. In a 2018 counterclaim lawsuit, a former employee claims he was fired after warning about the sub's lack of physical safety scans. The company sued him for breach of contract and allegedly sharing company secrets. The disputes settled out of court. In a 2018 letter obtained by the New York Times and authenticated by ABC News, members of a committee specializing in submersibles expressed unanimous concern about the sub's safety. Members say OceanGate did make some changes after that letter. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Still ahead, how much money's been scammed in the past year from people living in just Kerr County? You'll be surprised.
And could it be a tall order? It's World Giraffe Day. What the San Antonio Zoo is doing to help celebrate.
And why a big newspaper company is filing a lawsuit against Google. That's coming up after the break.